Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to sell your house rent to own. Using rent to own, you can sell your house fast and for top dollar. Now, we're looking for, as I've talked about in other videos, the new buyer pool. These are people with good income. They have some sort of a down payment, but they have less than perfect credit. They may be new to the area. They may be trying to sell another house before they can actually qualify for a conventional loan. They may just not have enough time on the job. They might just have a few bumps and bruises on their credit. But these are basically good people that just need to get into a home, don't want to be renters, don't want to be throwing away their rent. They want to act like they're homeowners and get into something that they can call their own home. We all would like to achieve the American dream of home ownership, and that's the type of people we're looking for these. Now, these people may not have a big down payment, so they can't qualify for other types of owner financing, but they have enough of a down payment to do a lease option so that they're into that thing. But whatever reason, we figured out that these are rent-to-own buyers. And the reason a rent-to-own buyer is good is because instead of just a renter, they're a tenant buyer, and they have put a lease option fee down on the property, so they're tied to that property. They're acting like a homeowner. They feel like a homeowner, so they're going to take better care of your property. They're going to be responsible for any repairs and the maintenance. For instance, you're being the bank with them, so if they had a loan with Bank of America and their toilet backed up, they wouldn't call Bank of America and say, hey, our toilet's backed up, come and fix it. And that's the same thing that they're going to do with you. They're going to be responsible for all the repairs and the maintenance because they are homeowners in there. A typical rent-to-own program is a 1 to 3 year term, and you're going to predetermine that ahead of time. And you also get a lease option fee. So what happens is you predetermine the price that you're going to want for your house. Let's say you want $200,000 for your house, and you predetermine a length of time. So let's say that you're going to offer a 1 year term on this property. So you would also give rent credits. So every month that somebody paid on time, you would offer them a certain amount of rent credit that would be applied towards the purchase price. And the lease option fee is applied towards the purchase price too. So here's how it would work. Let's say that you determine that you need to get $200,000 for your house, and you can do a 1 year term on that property. And you've decided the rent, the market rent is about $1,200. So, and then you determine, well, you can give $100 a month rent credit for every month that somebody pays on time. You'll give them a $100 a month rent credit. And you decided that these people have a $3,000 lease option fee. So the $3,000 lease option fee applies towards the purchase price, as does $100 a month of the rent. So every month that they pay their rent on time, you're going to credit them $100. So after a year, if they've paid their rent on time every month, they will have a $1,200 rent credit plus the $3,000 lease option fee. So at the end of that period, they would refinance their house for $195,800, and they would use the other money as towards the down payment of the property. And using my lenders that I know, they will actually call that a refinance instead of a straight purchase. So it's a lot easier for them to qualify. It's a lot easier for the property to qualify. Many times that they can just do a drive-by appraisal doing that. And so everything works a lot smoother. The banks are used to doing lease option fee refinances because they can show that the people have made their payments. We've cleaned up their credit in the meantime. They've had more job time. Maybe they've had a chance to sell that house that they were trying to sell. There's many reasons now that these people actually can qualify for it. So what would happen though, you're waiting that year to get your equity out of your house if you have any, or to walk away from the house if you don't have any equity. This works if you have equity and if you don't have equity. The thing you need to ask yourself is, what is the market rent in the area? And you can charge on the high side for your rent because these are tenant buyers and they know they're going to have to pay a little more for rent each month. But be realistic because you want to get somebody in there and you don't want to throw away good buyers, and you be realistic on your price too. Now you have different options. Again, you can find these buyers yourself, but that's going to take you more than 7 days, because by the time you run the ads and you figure it all out and you come up with the paperwork and that type of thing, it is going to take you longer than 7 days. But you can do it yourself, and it's no problem, and I'm more than happy to help you. Or you can use my buyers, because I'm always marketing for buyers. As I've said before, I either sell my house as rent to own, temporary owner financing, or owner financing. So I'm always marketing for these types of buyers, and I always have more buyers than I have houses. So you would simply plug into my system and use my buyer list. I have a 162-point checklist that I use to qualify these buyers, so that I know they're not going to thrash your house and they're going to make their payments, and they're reputable people. Now, if you use my buyers, there's no cost to you. I get paid by the buyer from what's called an assignment fee. And each assignment fee is different. It all depends on the property and the buyer and things like that. And that assignment fee actually comes out of the lease option fee, and that can be negotiable, and we can talk about that. Or another solution, if you don't want any of the responsibilities of collecting the rent payments and things like that, I can rent to own the home from you and put one of my buyers in there. And that way, if I do that, I'm guaranteeing you the payments, that the payments are going to be made. I'm guaranteeing that the property is going to be well maintained. If you do get it back, it will be got back in satisfactory conditions. I'll guarantee everything. Well, actually, you won't get the property back if I guarantee it, because I guarantee to buy it from you during that lease option period. So I'm guaranteeing totally the property. But since I am taking a risk on that, I do need to make a profit. So you will have to have some equity in your property, and I'll have to be able to, at the back end of the property, when I actually sell the house and the buyer cashes out, I'm going to need to be able to make a profit on that, because I'm taking the risk the whole time on the property. So therefore, it's understandable that I need to make a profit on it. But if you don't have any equity and you do want to get, or you do want to get all the profit yourself, either way, I'm perfectly fine with that. You can just use one of my buyers. I'll plug them in. I'll find the buyer. We can use my paperwork, my proven system that I use all the time. Every week I sell properties like this. It's a lot simpler. I would actually give you one of my buyers. You would directly be selling to the buyer, and I just take my assignment fee from the front end from the buyer, and I walk away from it. It costs you nothing to do that. It comes right out of the purchase price. It's cheaper than a realtor, and you're happy and everything works on. So what you need to do is fill out the details form again. Tell me about your property. Sharpen your pencil. Tell me the least amount you can take for your property, the least amount monthly rent you can take, so that I can go ahead and find a buyer for you and get your house occupied in the next 7 days, or at least somebody lined up for it. So fill out the details form. Let's see if your house qualifies. And after you fill that out and submit it, we can talk, we'll chat, find out the best solution for you, go over your form, and let's find out a buyer for you and get your house qualified so you can move on. Thank you.